action before, but the Batman vs. Superman armored Batman sure does have some felzbug eyes, doesn't he? We should write a song about it. He's got glowing felzbug eyes. Oh, hello, my name is Fu Manchu. Tell me when the camera's on. Hey everybody, speaking of the armored Batman, you might remember that I recently got the following figure. And man oh man, what a figure it is. This figure is one of my all-time favorite Hot Toys figures, and I cannot believe I have it. Now, when it came to the Ben Affleck Batman Hot Toys figures, I was not choosy on which one I got. This was the first one that became available to me to be able to get, and I am so happy I did because, man, oh man, it is awesome. Now, when this figure came out, people had two complaints about it. One, it didn't include that giant Kryptonian spear that he had. Oh man, that is awesome. And also, it only included this pursed-lipped RoboCop mouth and this grimacing, teeth-gritted RoboCop mouth. Check that out! Oh man, that looks awesome. And in fact, I think it's the first time I've ever even changed out the mouth plates until today. That's pretty cool. But since that's the only mouth plates that you get, you don't actually get a static, posing Ben Affleck mouth. And he's always got these extreme facial expressions on the Armored Batman, which is fine because it suits the Armored Batman look. But if you just want it standing on your shelf making a, typical closed-mouth Ben Affleck face, well, you can't do that. Until today. Now, before we get into what today's review is all about, it's time for a little shouty-outy. And today's shouty-outy goes out to the Keyboard Warriors. Warriors? And they like to play with toys too, don't they? I know what to say to them. Keyboard Warriors!
Come out to play.
Sorry, I had to do it. I love that movie. Now, on a more serious note, the Keyboard Warriors consist of Andy and Joe, and they make some awesome reviews. And in fact, it's because of their reviews that I even found out that the item that I'll be reviewing today even existed. Now, as it shows there, they reviewed this item 3 weeks ago, and 3 weeks ago I placed my order, and I finally have it in my grubby little doll hands. And this review rocks, by the way. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Oh, and while you're there, be sure to check out their Quicksilver review. Holy cow, do I want that figure. It looks incredible. And man, their poses with the figure just make it look that much better. Oh, it's so awesome. Now, I've been watching the reviews for quite some time, and I'm always entertained. I always learn something, and the figures they showcase are amazing. So be sure to check out their reviews, because they're way better than mine. And while you're over there, be sure to subscribe to them, because I always say, I never tell you to subscribe to me. But you know what? I tell you where to subscribe when I see someone who earned it, and these guys earned it. So be sure to subscribe, because I did. Let's get that 760 up there, man. That would be amazing. But yeah, Andy and Joe, thank you so much for reviewing what I'm about to review, because man, if it wasn't for you guys, I never would have known this existed, and it is so awesome indeed. So thank you guys, this one's for you. Today's review will be on the following: a little baggie with a little mouth inside of it. Now, as you can see, this is how it arrives in the mail, albeit wrapped in bubble wrap, but it doesn't come in a fancy box with the name emblazoned on the side. So if you want to know what it's called, you have to go to the website 16kit.com, and not only will you discover that the full title is Custom 1/6 Scale Interchangeable Mouthplate for BVS Armored Helmet, but you'll also discover that it only costs $15. And not only that, they also have free shipping for everything in our store. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. So thank you, 1/6 Kit. I absolutely love my Batman mouth, and I cannot wait to review it. So let's get to the review, shall we? Now, I received this a few days ago, and I've been dying to open it. It took about 3 weeks to get from Hong Kong to the White World. And man, oh man, I cannot wait to see what this looks like open. So I say we open it! Now, after opening the baggie, you find that there's actually two baggies in there. One with the mouth plate and one with a little magnet that you're supposed to put in the top of the mouth plate. So let's pull them out, shall we? So, here's the mouth plate and magnet removed from the respective baggies, and man oh man, am I impressed with this mouth plate. It looks incredible. It looks just like Ben Affleck's mouth, and they did an amazing job on the paint and everything. This looks so cool indeed. Now, as you can see, the magnet comes separately, and if you flip the mouth plate around, you'll see that there's a little rectangular square there that you have to put the little magnet inside. Like so, and you can even add a little dab of super glue to keep the magnet in there more firm, but you know what? It stays in there pretty good on its own, and it snaps into place really well. So, here's all three mouth plates side by side. You got the two official Hot Toys ones on the left, and you've got the new one on the right. And man, oh man, do they look amazing. Now, as everybody else says, yeah, the official Hot Toys Armored Batman should have come with the closed mouth too, but you know what? They didn't do it for some weird reason. So I'm so glad that there are companies out there like this that are willing to make it because, man, this looks amazing. And as you can see, it doesn't really look any different, does it? It looks pretty cool to me. The only thing that I've seen that is different is, if you flip all three around, you'll notice that the official Hot Toys ones have black all around the back, whereas the new one has a skin color there. And big deal, because you don't see that when it's inside the head, do you? Now, speaking of skin tone, I don't know how well it's going to come across in my crappy video, but as you can see, the Hot Toys ones actually seem to have a little bit darker of skin tone. I don't know, his face looks dirtier or scruffier with the, you know, the 5 o'clock shadow or whatever, but the new one kind of looks more skin color-y, peachy, whatever you want to call it. And it doesn't really matter because that's the only bit of skin that you're going to see on your Batman, so it won't look like it stands out or doesn't match any other skin color. So that's pretty awesome indeed. So I say we waste no more time, and I say we look at all three up close and compare the finer details, shall we? So, here we go with a super duper close-up look, and starting with the official Hot Toys, what I refer to as the pursed lip RoboCop mouth plate. And you can see the skin tone is absolutely amazing with that slight imperfection in skin color, the way real skin is. It has the stubble all around his mouth. Those lips look absolutely real, and those teeth look porcelain and wet inside of his mouth. It looks amazing. Now, moving on to the more extreme teeth-gritted mouth plate, and as you can see, the paint job is exactly the same. That skin tone looks perfect. He has the stubble all around his mouth. Those lips look absolutely realistic, and so do those teeth. This is amazing. So let's compare these two Hot Toys official mouth plates to the unofficial closed mouth one right now, shall we? Now, looking at the unofficial mouth plate up close, the first thing that you'll notice is it doesn't have any of the stubble that the other two have. Now, that's kind of sad, but honestly, it's so small, you really don't notice it that much. Now, people had complained even the official Hot Toys ones didn't have enough stubble, but you know what? It looks fine to me. Now, as you can see, the skin tone still has that splotchiness, the lips look awesome, and they did an amazing job on this indeed. Now, looking at the official Hot Toys pursed lip one again, you can see on his right cheek they actually sculpted his little mole, and that is awesome. And that same tiny detail can be found on the teeth-gritted mouth plate as well. And not to be outdone, the new closed-mouth unofficial Ben Affleck Mouth Plate for the Armored Batman has the exact same feature, and it looks amazing. Now, I absolutely cannot wait to see what this looks like inside of the Armored Batman head, so let's find out, shall we? So, starting with the head sculpt without the mouth plate, we have a before and after, and man, oh man, does that look awesome. Now, looking at the head sculpt from underneath, you can see that the mouth plate goes in there perfectly and stays in absolutely just like the other ones, and that is so cool indeed. And not only that, but it just made an already awesome figure that much more awesomer. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely have nothing negative to say about the two mouth plates that came with the Hot Toys Armored Batman. It's just that, like a lot of other people out there, I really like that closed mouth look that was on the unarmored Batman. It would have been so cool if Hot Toys would have included that mouth plate as well, because all they would have had to do is add a RoboCop chin strap to the already existing sculpt, and I think that would have been a really neat thing to include. But you know what? I understand why they went with these more extreme facial features on the Armored Batman, because that is an extreme figure. With that armor, it is so awesome indeed. And in the end, it all evens out because another company took the initiative to make the closed mouth plate for this figure, and it looks incredible. From every angle, it looks like Ben Affleck, and it is so cool that that company took an existing mouth plate and then modified it so that we could use it with this armored Batman, and I am 100% happy with it. It looks so cool indeed. So now we can finally have a look that he had throughout that entire armored scene, and this looks amazing. Rain not included. So, there's my review of the custom 1/6 scale interchangeable mouth plate for BVS Armored Batman. And as far as I know, it's only available at 16kit.com, and it costs $15 plus free shipping, and you can't beat that. Now, look, I know it sounds like I'm making a commercial for them. They didn't give me anything or ask me to do it. I'm just really happy with my purchase. And honestly, if any of you out there have the Hot Toys Armored Batman, this is a really cool mouth plate to get for it, because check this out. Man, it made an already cool figure. In the words of the immortal Rainbow Dash, 20% cooler. So, until next time, don't forget to subscribe to Keyboard Warriors. Tune in for more Foo Reviews!
It needs to be about 20% cooler.